to abide by. The independence came through the Indian Independence Act 1947, an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom that partitioned India into the two new independent dominions. India obtained its independence, as we all are aware, on 15th of August 1947. We have been talking about the colonialism, the colonial rule in India for the last 75 years. But it is high time that we get rid of the colonial mindset. And the same has been the vision of the managing trustee, Sri Rahul Karar, that we all must unshackle ourselves from the colonial mindset. And there are many things, many initiatives are being taken to achieve this dream, that we completely come out of this, I would say, psychology of colonialism. Today is very special. Republic Day of 2023 today is being celebrated on Delhi's Kartavya Path. And I'm sure you all are aware that this renaming has great meaning and a step towards breaking the colonial mindset. The Republic Day parade is now being televised on. Millions of Indians are going to watch from their homes. And this year, the parade is going to happen on newly constructed, newly named Kartavya Path, which was earlier known as Rajpath. Republic Day marks the adoption of India's constitution, and we celebrate this spectacular military and cultural, I would say, extravaganza and the display of our culture. An entire, not just our country, but the entire world celebrates and joins us. The celebrations are generally being inaugurated with a grand parade, which is held in the capital of our country, New Delhi, at the Raisina Hills near the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is the house of the president of our country. It passes through the India Gate onto the historic Red Fort Road on this day. The ceremonious parades which take place, there are beautiful tableaus, and I'm sure every year you all must have enjoyed the display of those tableaus. Today we are all set, rather we are celebrating the 74th Republic Day. The President of our nation, Madam Draupadi Murmu, will unfurl the national flag on Kartavya Path, which was earlier known as Rajpath. This year is going to be little important, and I'm sure some of you at least would know why it is going to be very important for all of us. This year's Republic Day celebration will include a military tattoo from the tribal dance festival Veer Gatha 2.0, the second edition of Vande Bharatam dance competition performance of military and Coast Guard bands at the National War Memorial, and an All India School Band competition and NWM. Today, an Egyptian military contingent will participate in Republic Day parade of our country. 144 members of the Egyptian military contingent will march in the parade. This year's, that is 74th Republic Day celebrations, will feature Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi as the chief guest. A high-level delegation, including 5 ministers, senior officials, have traveled to our country on 24th of January. So, this 74th celebration of our Republic country is very, very special for all of us. And today we all have gathered here in the presence of esteemed guests. And today we have with us as the Honorable Special Guest of Honor, Air Marshal S.S. Somanji. I request each one of you to give him a big round of applause and welcome him in this celebration. It is indeed our honor and privilege as we welcome our honorable chief guest of this session, Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji. Let's give him a big round of applause as we welcome him in this celebration. We are now precisely 4 minutes away from Indian Standard Time of 8 a.m., where we hoist the national flag. And hence, I would like to request all the dignitaries to kindly come forward and as we get ready for hoisting the national flag. It's such a beautiful gathering, and we still are a few minutes away from hoisting the national flag. After the hoisting, we are going to experience our national anthem on the beautiful tunes of the band, and I'm going to request each one of you to sing the national song along with the band. We're still a few moments away from hoisting the national flag. I request everyone to now completely stop movement around the campus. Those who are standing in the front, so please get ready for hoisting the national flag. I now request the dignitaries to kindly hoist the national flag. Bharat Mata Ki! Louder! Bharat Mata Ki! Bharat Mata Ki! Join with a big round of applause, my friends. We all have experienced hoisting of national flag on the 74th Republic Day ceremony, and it is indeed our good fortune. I now request all the dignitaries to kindly accept the chairs on the stage. And I now request, as per the tradition of our country and my Semitic group of institutions, I would like to request revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the dignitaries for the day. First, I would like to request to kindly felicitate and welcome the former Governor of Meghalaya, the former Director General of National Security Guard NSG and Border Security Force BSF. I would like to request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome Shri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji. Let's join with a big round of applause, my friends, as we welcome and felicitate the chief guest of this session, Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence here today. I would now like to request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the special guest of honor, Air Marshal S.S. Somanji. A big round of applause, my friends. We are also fortunate to have the presence of Madam Rashmi Somanji, and it is indeed our honor and privilege to have her today. I request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome her as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. I now request the Honorable Vice Chancellor of MIT World Peace University, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis sir, to kindly address the gathering. Please welcome with a round of applause the Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and namaskar to all of you. First of all, it gives me immense pleasure and pride to extend a very warm welcome on behalf of Founder President, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir, and Executive President, Honorable Shri Rahul Vishwanath Karat sir, to our special guest of honor, Air Marshal Sumit Somanji, a distinguished, highly decorated officer, having been awarded Param Vishishta Seva Medal, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Vishishta Seva Medal, and a former Air Office Commanding in Chief of Western Area Command and ADC to the Honorable President of India, and Madam Rashmi Somanji, who actively involved in welfare of activities of the air warriors, and chief guest of this auspicious ceremony, Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushiahari sir, former IPS officer and former Honorable Governor of Meghalaya. I also welcome all the other dignitaries on the dais of the dais. Friends, we are here to celebrate 74th Republic Day of Independent India. This is the day when the Constitution of India came into effect in the year 1950 by replacing the Government of India Act 1935 wrote by the British Raj. And on this day of 26 January has been chosen because it is on the day that the Indian National Congress proclaimed the Declaration of Indian Independence in 1930. But our Honorable Executive President, Shri Rahul Vishwanath Karat sir, rightly says Our great nation Bharat has always been independent, having glorious history and past of thousands of years of its existence and spectacular journey of rich tradition, rich in culture, rich in academics, and rich in scientific and spiritual advancement for the entire world to learn from. And who are the British to give independence to us? I want to share with you that today, Executive President Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir is participating in the flag hosting in our MIT Anandi campus. Honorable Rahul Karad sir has put in his entire life saying that educated people like all of you should come into active politics and improve the governance level in our democracy. I want to share with the guest on the dais that MIT has multiple campuses, and in Pune city, we have two universities and one campus dedicated to University of Pune, where Honorable Rahul Karad sir is addressing today. I want to share at the cost of repetition that 15th August we celebrate Independence Day as we call National Day in MIT. We raise our national flag from the bottom to the top to indicate our victory. Whereas today, on 26 January, Republic Day, we unfurl the flag, which is already at the top of the pole. This denotes our strong position as a nation and the celebration of our Constitution. And I want to remind you, this is written in the very interesting book authored by Executive President Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir, which is a must read, Know Your India. Friends, last 7 decades of the existence of free Bharat, we have achieved tremendously in terms of scientific development. We have lots of achievement in education and literacy. Indeed, achievements in infrastructural development, aviation, space technology, engineering, management, pharmacy, medicine, economics, commerce, and so on. We are at par with the best of the best countries in the world. We are fast progressing to become $5 trillion economy soon. Let me share that we at MIT World Peace University under leadership of Dr. Karad sir and Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir have taken this as our mission of life transformation by imparting value-based holistic education to our students to become responsible global citizens. Yoga, meditation, pranayama, all these are part of this in addition to the peace studies credit programs for all the programs which are mandatory in our MIT World Peace University. Further, as a responsible citizen of this great nation Bharat, it is our duty to keep our flag always rising high and tall. On this auspicious Republic Day, let us vow to protect our Constitution and keep its glory mighty and high always and always. Once again, on behalf of Founder President Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, our Dynamic Executive President Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir, all trustee members of MIT Group of Institutions, on behalf of all faculty, staff, students of MIT World Peace University, I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you very much. Long live Constitution of India. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Dhanyavad and thank you.
Let's give Sir a big round of applause, my friends. A very beautiful message, and he concluded on a very, very beautiful note. Long live the Constitution of our country. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And now it is moment that we abide ourselves with an important oath, which would be followed by reading the preamble of our country by the General Secretary of the Students' Council, for which I would like to request everyone on the dais to kindly rise in their seats. Everyone in the audience, please stretch your right hand forward as we get ready for the oath.
हमारा सबका आवाज बहुत ऊंचा होना चाहिए, भारतीय सीमाओं तक हमारी आवाज पहुंचनी चाहिए। मैं जो बोलूंगा आपको उसे फॉलो करना है। स्वातंत्र्याचे रक्षण करणे हे आमचे कर्तव्य आहे व ते आम्ही करणारच। थँक्यू।
Thank you. I request everyone to please keep standing as I invite Mr. Om Sarunke, the General Secretary of the Students' Council, to read the preamble, and you all are requested to follow him. Recite the same behind him. Mr. Om Sarunke.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote amongst them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and the integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I request all the dignitaries to kindly accept the chair. And now it's time, my friends, where we enjoy the cultural performance by the MIT Cultural Group. I request the team who is going to perform to kindly proceed with the cultural performance. Today, this cultural group is performing a small skit depicting the patriotism by our youth, which would be followed by a dance performance. MITWPU Cultural is an all-art form inclusive club. It is managed by our cultural and the joint cultural secretary.
Music team ready? Actors ready?
हेलो
तीन, दो, एक, शुरू!
सुनो तुम लोगों ने सुपर बोल हाफ टाइम का शो देखा क्या?
हाँ ब्रो, केंड्रिक, एमिनेम, 50
I
सेंट
know, bro.
क्या
I
क्रेजी
know,
फील
bro. I know.
डूड ये कब था?
यार
मैंने मिस किया यार।
Come on, bro.
केंड्रिक भी था?
हाँ, bro.
Dude, Kendrick is goated. He's
I
so
know,
good.
bro, I know.
And he's black, right?
Yeah.
For a black musician to be voted the best musician of his generation. Damn.
बट रेसिज्म वो भी अभी 2023 में
सुन मुझे क्या लगता है ट्रम्प का स्टैंड ना एकदम रेलेवेंट था।
नहीं ब्रो
वो गोरे लोगों ने ना बाइडेन को
अरे,
वोट
अरे।
करके सबसे बड़ी गलती
नहीं
करी।
यार
अरे ट्रम्प और बाइडेन वगैरह का तो सब ठीक है, लेकिन भारत में भी पहले ट्राइबल प्रेसिडेंट बने.
I know. He is like the most.
ही
she.
हाँ, she is.
तुम लोगों को पता है ना कौन है?
हाँ, of course पता है bro.
अरे वो उस दिन न्यूज़
पता है ना.
में देखा था ना.
द्रौपदी मुर्मू bro, द्रौपदी मुर्मू.
गूगल करके बोला ना.
अरे यार, now that we are on the topic, तुम लोगों को the best movie पता है जो ऑपरेशन को डिपिक्ट करती है? Like the best movie? Like नहीं यार, 12 Years a Slave.
नहीं bro. For me is Django.
एक सेकंड, ऑपरेशन ना, वो तो रंग दे बसंती में भी कितना सुंदर दिखाया है.
रंग दे बसंती.
अच्छा. अरे वो ब्रैड पिट के कैमियो वाला.
आमिर खान वाला, बहुत बड़ी स्टार कास्ट थी.
बॉलीवुड मूवी है.
हाँ.
बॉलीवुड कौन देखता है bro?
एक सेकंड, तुम लोगों को उन फिरंगियों का सब मालूम है, लेकिन भारत का क्या?
अरे
यार,
शुरू हो गया रे. हाँ फिर इस देश में क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं, ये सब पता होना चाहिए ना.
So me dude, नहीं बता.
क्या?
नहीं बता क्योंकि रेलेवेंट नहीं है.
Exactly.
रादर हमारे जनरेशन के लिए रेलेवेंट नहीं है.
एंड वैसे भी यहाँ कौन रहने वाला है? हम तो सब अब्रॉड जाके वहाँ सेटल होने वाले हैं.
क्यों? भारत में क्या बुराई है?
कुछ बुरा नहीं है, पर तू बता ऑनेस्टली यहाँ पे क्या रखा है?
और सुन ना, तू यूपीएससी दे रहा है ना, हर साल इंडिया में 12 लाख लोग देते हैं यूपीएससी. दैट्स 1.2 मिलियन पीपल.
12 लाख.
तेरे होने वाला है क्या उसमें? इससे अच्छा चल मेरे साथ जर्मनी, एमबीए कर जा, पैसे कमाते हैं.
देख ब्रो, ऑनेस्टली सोच, ये सपने देखना अच्छी बात है, पर मुझे बड़ा होना है, देश के लिए कुछ करना है. ये सपने हम बचपन में देखते थे, अब हम बड़े हो गए. मुझे भी एयरफोर्स ज्वाइन करना था, बट आई केम बैक टू रियलिटी. एज शुड यू. उससे अच्छा बाहर चल, जीआरई वगैरह दे, बाहर सेटल हो जा. द कंट्री कैन लुक आफ्टर इट्स. और भाई, और देर से आता, हमें कौन सी ट्रेन पकड़नी थी?
अरे सॉरी यार, थोड़े काम में बिजी था.
कैसा काम था?
अरे वो जीआरई के काम में बिजी था, उसका काउंसलिंग, उसका फॉर्म भरना वगैरह. तू छोड़ना, तू बता कैसा है?
जीआरई, तभी हमने सुना लोग आजकल सपने बदल रहे हैं.
छोड़ ना, वैसे भी कुछ नहीं रखा इस देश में, बाहर जाना इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन.
यूपीएससी से जीआरई, इतनी बड़ी जंप कैसे ले ली?
ऑनेस्टली कुछ नहीं रखा इस देश में. 1.2 मिलियन लोग देते हैं यूपीएससी हर साल. इन लोगों में मेरा होने वाला है, एंड द कंट्री कैन लुक इटसेल्फ मैन.
1.2 मिलियन, और वो कंट्री कैन लुक आफ्टर इटसेल्फ होता है. छोड़, पर मुझे ये तेरे शब्द तो लग नहीं रहे. क्या बोला?
अद्वैत मुझे कुछ नहीं बोला है, ये मुझे खुद से रियलाइज हो गया.
उसने बोलने के बाद?
हाँ तो क्या गलत बोला उसने? यहाँ रहने से अच्छा बाहर जाकर अच्छे पैसे कमाकर अच्छी लाइफ जीना ही बेस्ट ऑप्शन है ना.
तू किस देश को छोड़ने की बात कर रहा है? सुन, G20 इस साल इंडिया में, और मुझे एक फील्ड बता जिसमें भारत आगे नहीं है. स्पोर्ट्स, डिफेंस, एजुकेशन. तू भारत को छोड़ के जाएगा? और तेरा उतरा चेहरा देखकर मुझे लग तो नहीं रहा तू जीआरई देते वक्त खुश है.
पर होने वाला है क्या यूपीएससी? और अगर नहीं हुआ तो ना खुद के लिए ना देश के लिए किसी के लिए कुछ नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
भाई तेरे फंडे ही गलत है. तुझे यूपीएससी देनी है या देश के लिए कुछ करना है?
देश के लिए कुछ करना है.
तो यूपीएससी के एक ही तरीका है देश के लिए कुछ करने का. मेरी तरफ देख ले, मैं पेंटिंग्स बनाता हूँ. ये मेरा तरीका है देशभक्ति दिखाने का. मुझे भी इस कंपटीशन में भारत को रिप्रेजेंट करना है. तू अपने बारे में सोचना.
यार तो मैं क्या करूं?
तुझे पता है कि हम 26 जनवरी क्यों सेलिब्रेट करते हैं?
हाँ, उस दिन इंडिया रिपब्लिक हुआ था.
हाँ, तो तुझे ये तो पता होगा, हमें जब आजादी मिली थी तब अंग्रेजों ने और बाकी के देशों ने हमें उनका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफर किया था, पर हमने नहीं लिया. हमें हमारे पैरों पर खड़ा होना था, इसलिए बाबा साहब डॉक्टर अंबेडकर जी ने खुद कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिखा. अगर वो भी तेरी तरह इन्फ्लुएंस या फिर रिलेटिबिलिटी के पीछे भागते तो हमारे पास खुद का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होता? नहीं ना. सोच एक बार. अरे किधर जा रहा है?
जीआरई के पैसे भरे, वो वापस लेने जा रहा हूं.
जो बोला ना वो सच्ची में करके दिखाया.
हाँ ब्रो, बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर ऑल योर फ्यूचर एंडेवर्स.
थैंक यू
सीरियसली.
थैंक यू.
अरे तो यूपीएससी हो गई, अभी बाकी क्या?
अरे यूपीएससी तो सिर्फ शुरुआत है. मेरा मकसद तो अपने जैसे लोगों को और अपने जनरेशन को इस देश में रहने का मकसद देना है.
सुन, मैं क्या कह रहा था कि अभी तेरा यूपीएससी तो हो ही गया है, तो फिर पार्टी वगैरह करते हैं, बाहर
चल ना
जाते हैं,
यार.
क्यों?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
हाँ चल. ए तुझे पीछे कोई तो बुला रहे थे.
अरे हाँ,
फैकल्टी बुला रही है, देख लो.
आज बड़े कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन चल रहे हैं.
यार.
उस दिन तो कोई और शब्द है आपके.
सुन सुन सुन, I was never against him giving that UPSC exam, okay? I was just saying it is not my cup of tea. और वैसे भी अभी उसका हो गया है और वो अपना बचपन का दोस्त है यार. उसने जो किया है खुद के दम पे किया है ना.
अरे अभी ये डिबेट छोड़ो यार. माहौल क्या है देखो, चलो उससे पार्टी मांग कर.
देखो
अरे आ गया.
एक मिनट.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ, करके दिखा कमाल वो, आगे ज़मीन पे लेके जाए आसमां. शाबाशिया 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 शाबाशिया
मारे या कोई मारे ना, यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है. ऐसे हैं चाहे वैसे हैं, अरे जो भी हैं जैसे हैं, खुद पे हम नाज है. जाने ना हमको ये जमाना, चाहो तो हमको आजमाना. यार बाज हम जान साज हम इश्क बाज दिल वाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर चीज छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले.
Let's give them a big round of applause, my friends. A big round of applause. A very, very beautiful performance by the MIT Cultural Group. And now it's time, my friends, when I invite the Honorable Special Guest of Honor, Air Marshal S.S. Somanji, to address the gathering. But before that, I request my technical team to kindly relay a small film made on life and work of Honorable Air Marshal S.S. Somanji.
PVSN, AVSN, VM, ADC is a graduate of the National Defence Academy, Pune. He was commissioned in the Flying Branch of the Indian Air Force in December 1976 and has more than 3,400 hours of flight on fighter aircraft. Air Marshal Soman has held many appointments, which include Commanding Officer of a Fighter Squadron, Chief Flying Instructor at Flying Instructor School and Chief Operations Officer and Air Officer Commanding at Premier IAF bases. He has served as Assistant Defense Advisor at the High Commission of India, Dhaka. He has also served as Director of Operations for Air Defense, Director of Operations for Joint Planning, Principal Director of Operations for Space, and Principal Director of Flight Safety at Air Headquarters. Before his appointment as Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Air Command, he has served as Air Defense Commander and as Air Staff Officer in 2 different commands of Indian Air Force. He is an alumnus of Defense Services Staff College and has graduated from Air War College, USA. The Air Marshal is a recipient of Param Vishishta Seva Medal, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, and is honorary aide-de-camp to the President of India. We warmly welcome Air Marshal S.S. Soman.
Please put your hands together and welcome with a big round of applause, my friends, Air Marshal S.S. Somanji.
Shri Ranjit Shekhar Mushari, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, Shri Rahul Karad, members of the teaching faculty, students of MIT WPU, a very good morning to all of you and a happy Republic Day. It's indeed a privilege and honor for me to be invited for the flag unfurling ceremony on the occasion of the 74th Republic Day of our nation. It was on this day and month in 1950 that the Constitution of India came into force, making India a republic. It signified that unlike the colonial past, the power, authority, and governance would be exercised by the people of India through their elected representatives. The Constitution confers on us 6 important rights pertaining to equality, freedom, religion, culture, education, and redressal, which enable every citizen to have a sense of security and freedom. These rights, however, also entail certain duties and obligations that are to be discharged by the citizens if we are to ensure that India remains a thriving and a vibrant democracy. These duties include service to the nation, respect for the flag and the national anthem, adherence to all rules and regulations, voting by eligibility, and above all, respect for the rights of our fellow citizens. Fulfillment of these obligations and duties is the least that is expected from a patriot and a nationalist. Now, governance of a nation like India, with its vast size, population, and diversity of languages, cultures, religions, and traditions, is never going to be an easy task. Besides an efficient political dispensation and administration, there is also a requirement for active participation by the citizens in the affairs of the nation. It is only when you discharge your duties as responsible citizens that we will be able to achieve harmony and progress in our country. Towards this, each citizen should be reflecting and asking what he can do for the country, rather than asking what the country has done for him. Now, besides internal cohesion and harmony in the country, it is essential to have peace and tranquility on the borders to ensure economic growth and development within the country. Our external challenges are very unique as we live in a tough neighborhood. Our western neighbor is forever engaged in subversive activities to destabilize our country, and our northern neighbor has a continuing penchant to encroach and occupy our territory. So maintaining the territorial integrity and sovereignty of our country becomes an enduring commitment for all of us. To compound the issues, the COVID pandemic, the Russia-Ukraine war, the disruption in global trade, and the general economic slowdown have further increased our challenges towards effective governance and statecraft. Now, despite the many hurdles that our nation has faced in the past and the present challenges, India still stands out as a dynamic, resilient, vibrant, and secular democracy determined to provide security and prosperity to its citizens. The government has brought in a number of transformational changes in governance. The attempt has been to bring in political stability, corruption-free governance, development-oriented policies, and an investment-friendly agenda to achieve economic progress and development. To conduct statecraft, states generally have four important national instruments among many others. They are political, diplomatic, economic, and military. Now, for effective statecraft, each of these instruments need to be supported and strengthened by sound policies that are strongly underpinned by knowledge and education to achieve our national aims. It is because of this that the role of educational institutions assumes huge significance. It is indeed heartening to see that MIT has been a pioneer in providing path-breaking education in a range of fields. They're not only providing quality education to our students for various vocations, but are also engaged in activities and guiding and grooming them into becoming good citizens. The organization has been able to identify some critical social and political issues, such as empowerment of the underprivileged and vulnerable sections of our society, and requirements for good governance, among others. It has provided platforms through workshops, conclaves, and seminars to offer practical knowledge-based solutions. The establishment of MIT School of Governance and initiatives such as the Indian Student Parliament, National Teachers Congress, National Women's Parliament, and National Legislators Conference have been very, very commendable. It has actually amounted to building the systems for reform from the grassroots and then working up with government support to change the general rhetoric that we hear into possible action. Now, the credit for this should undoubtedly go to the visionary and founding leadership of Dr. Vishwanath Karad and the sustained efforts and pioneering work undertaken by Shri Rahul Karad. Now, one of the ways you can serve the nation is by joining the Indian Armed Forces. It is one of the finest careers that is both fulfilling and rewarding. Indian Air Force is one of the options. It provides you an exciting and thrilling life. Besides deterring the adversaries from waging a war due to its combat prowess, it is also capable of providing favorable outcomes if wars are forced on us. So, be a part of this awe-inspiring service. Having served in the Indian Air Force for 40 years, I can say with pride and a sense of accomplishment that I enjoyed every moment. I do have some words of advice for all my young friends who are here. After all, you are going to be the leaders of tomorrow and who are going to be guiding the destiny of our great nation. For you, the sky is the limit provided you dream big and make adequate efforts to achieve your goals. You have a world-class educational establishment in MITWPU. So do make use of what the institution has to offer to derive maximum benefit from it. So besides your routine schedule, you actually need to organize your time. Set some time aside for 3 things: reading to enhance your knowledge, exercise to keep yourself fit, and some time to reflect whether you have achieved what you had planned for the day. In this regard, I wish to recall some core values listed by the Indian Air Force for its personnel. They, in fact, are applicable for all. The core values are mission, integrity, and excellence. Now, mission includes any job that is at hand or a task that has been assigned to you. You are required to pursue it with passion till it is completed efficiently. Integrity means doing the job at hand to the best of your ability, even when you're not being supervised. And excellence means that good results by themselves are not adequate, and you're expected to raise the bar of achievement to scale higher heights. We normally overestimate our fatigue levels. You can pack many more jobs in a day without reaching your fatigue level. I can assure you about that. Some other age-old truisms which will hold are hard work and perseverance will always pay. It's never late to start. Be an eternal optimist. Learn to convert setbacks, if any, into opportunities and rebound with greater vigor. At the end of the day, what matters is whether you were able to make a difference by bettering the system that you work in, if need be, through a change. It is this aspect that is going to be fulfilling and will give you a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. With that, I will conclude my brief speech, wishing you a very happy year and the very best in the years to come. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's give him a big round of applause, my friends. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. And it's time when I invite and request the Honorable Chief Guest of this session, Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji, to kindly address the gathering. But before that, I would like to request my technical team to kindly relay a small film made on life and work of Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji.
Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahari was the governor of Meghalaya from 2008 to 2013. Previously, he was an IPS officer, Director General of National Security Guards NSG and the Border Security Force BSF. He became an IPS officer of the 1967 batch and was allotted the Kerala cadre. He worked on important assignments in Kerala and early on in his career in 1981 to 1982, was Commissioner of Police of the city of Cochin. He served in the Federal Central Reserve Police Force as Deputy Inspector General and Inspector General during the late 80s and early 90s, during which period he served in the states of Tamil Nadu, Jammu and Kashmir, and Rajasthan. He was appointed as Director General of the Elite National Security Guards in February 2002. He headed the NSG for nearly 3 years before being shifted as Director General of the BSF, one of the largest standing paramilitary border guardian forces in the world, in 2005. He was the first IPS officer from Northeast India to be appointed the Director General of the BSF, a position he held till his retirement from active service in February 2006. In March 2006, he was appointed by the Governor of Assam as the first Chief Information Commissioner of the state under the Right to Information Act enacted by the Parliament of India, a legislation aimed at bringing transparency in government. Shri Mushahari was awarded the Police Medal for Meritorious Service and the President's Police Medal for Distinguished Services. We warmly welcome Shri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahari.
Please put your hands together and welcome with a big round of applause, my friends, Shri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahari ji. My greetings to all of you on the occasion of our 74th Republic Day. Respected founder of this great institution, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, distinguished guests on this dais, the faculty of the university, and most importantly, the students of the universities of these MIT. I have never heard of a university which is known as the World Peace University. I do not know in the world how many World Peace Universities there, but in India, I think it is the only one, and it is a very innovative one. Peace is a very enigmatic word, and we all love to be peaceful. Actually, today what I have seen here is that vibrant peace of all of you. It is not a lifeless peace. Peace will lead you to happiness. So it is important that we be able to create peace in order to gain happiness. So, my earlier speaker has mentioned about the Constitution of India and the importance of the Republic Day. I'm not going to go into this one. Now let me speak about the world peace and the meaning of peace. After seeing the function here, I was reminded of a story in the Purana. You know, India is known for epics, great folklores and folk narratives, and we have a number of stories appropriate to the occasion. One of the stories that I remember today is that when God created this world, they found it is not really very nice thing to be all alone. God, they are living somewhere. So they decided to create human beings. So they created human beings. They said, human beings, we create you, you be peaceful and be happy. But then over time, God realized that human beings are not doing any work. They're only enjoying happiness
lying down all the time without any work. So this was not the intention of God when He created human beings. So God realized that we should make human beings active, energetic, creative, inquisitive, introspective. Then only he will be able to really enjoy peace, not like this just lazing and sleeping and doing nothing. That is not the sign of peace. So they gave intelligence to human beings, and human beings became intelligent. They could think and all that. Then God found that they have really gone too far now, that they have started fighting. They have started losing the peace of mind. They have started becoming greedy. They have started trying to acquire more and more. The nations trying to dominate other nations. So this was not the intention. They said, we must do something. We should give them advice. Luckily for India, this ancient land of the sages, the wisdom and wise people, we have a great, great story to remember. So God ultimately appeared in this world in the form of avatars. Say, what Bhagavad Gita says that how we should be able to attain peace was, he says in one of the slokas in Bhagavad Gita, he mentioned that how it should be that nasti buddhirayuktasya, na chayuktasya bhavana, na cha bhavana yata shanti, or santasya kutaha sukham. That was what Lord Krishna told, that look, you can do anything. You can conquer. You can acquire whatever you want. But then you must have a mind, introspective mind, meditative mind to enjoy peace. And that peace will lead you to happiness. That is what is the essence of this. That have this, the spiritual insight. Now, you must have seen, I think it came out this morning or somewhere when I was seeing my mobile, I saw the happiness index, the World Happiness Index. You know, the first 10 happiest nations in the world are the nations where you don't find a conflict in religion, where you don't find the governance deficit, where you don't find people fighting in the name of religions. They are the people who are really truly nationalists. They love their country. And all these countries, the first 10 countries, are mostly in the Nordic or Scandinavian countries. Switzerland is in the number third away. This is Sweden, Finland, Norway. Switzerland, I have said, the only nation in the world from Asian countries is surprisingly Israel. Israel is 9th or 10th in the list. I was not expecting Israel to be there because it is a country which is full of conflict, full of fighting, small country, being tried to be swallowed by all the big nations, all the religious groups, surrounded by hostile nations. But this country is really an inclusive country who had been able to withstand it. I think that is what makes them happy and proud. Let me tell you, when I visited Israel as the Director General of the National Security Guard, I was surprised to see the empowerment of women there. You know, my car driver was a woman. A girl was driving me, and my security officer was a girl. So I was driven around Tel Aviv and other cities by a girl and protected by a security officer who was also a girl. I mean, in how many countries you have this empowerment of women? You have seen India is now, we live together for nearly, I think, 2,000 years. We coexist here. The world, you can see countries like Afghanistan, who is incidentally the last in the peace index, fighting with everyone, including their own people, who do not recognize women as a normal human being. You have seen nations like Iran destroying the whole culture of peace, that the ancient, that Iran is another ancient country like India, Persia, it was known earlier. But now they're destroying part of their own culture by subjugating the women. So this is, we are in this world, 2,000 years of civilization, we have seen now, even now, people are at the bottom, some nations have gone up. So the happiness index, unfortunately in India, we are quite at the bottom. I do not know why really we have become so much down in the happiness index. Now please let us see, let us be very, I told you, let us be thoughtful, do not jump to conclusion. If the World Happiness Index says that India is at the bottom in one of these things, not very happy nation, it does not mean that foreign nations are hostile to you. It is an opportunity for us to reflect on our own nature, on our own deficiencies, and improve upon them. Improve upon them. Yes, we are proud of being Indians, but we have also many things that we have to improve. We have to improve many things compared to the nations which are regarded as the happiest nations, are the nations which have developed. So this University of Peace is something innovative along with education. We have a lot of skill. As a matter of fact, Indians are known for their expertise, for skill, for developing so many things. But more so when they are outside. When they are outside, not in India. This is also one of the deficiencies of us. So we have to find out why staying in India, we are not getting Nobel Prize, we are not being able to innovate, we are not able to be leading nation so far. Economic progress does not always is the sign of growth in mind, in your sense of happiness. Along with this one, what is important, incidentally, I have a very common way of thinking along with your founder when he told me just a couple of minutes ago when I was talking to him that we have gone far ahead in technological development and all that. But we have been lagging behind in spiritual development and in the development of mind. So unless we have this ability to understand others' point of view and also the ability to perceive things as they are, instead of always trying to thump up our chest that you are a great nation. Yes, we are a great nation. We don't need to be reminded. Everyone knows it. But let us work on the deficiency. One of our most greatest deficiency that I find is what is happening is a dharma deficit. Dharma is deficit in India. The nation where the word dharma came, that we have not been following. So then another deficit that we have is governance deficit. All these 7, 8 nations which I mentioned, their governance is absolutely near perfect. You know, what really makes you unhappy as a citizen? When you find that there is deficit in governance, when you have to bribe someone to get the work done that should naturally happen to you, then it does not make you happy. I think one of the greatest reasons why we are an unhappy nation, according to this index, I feel personally that it is the corruption that we have. Corruption. It is, I feel, that I have retired from the Indian Police Service. I am, as the governor, but even now, let me be very frank in telling you, I really feel hesitant to visit any government office unless they know me. If I go incognito, I really feel unhappy to see the state of things. It is difficult for you to get things done. So this is one of the reasons that make us unhappy. So let us fight this corruption. All of you, if you want to have peace in mind and enjoy happiness, let us not indulge in corruption. I urge your founder to make it a point in this university. He has got many universities here, to take a pledge from every young man and woman here who comes for education, to take a pledge that he will never be corrupt in life. You see how the nation will change then. It will absolutely change. You know, happiness, although you want to be, but it is all related. You cannot have absolute happiness, absolute peace. The world itself is related. Now, let me tell you a small story of 5 wise Israelis, 5 wise Jews. Everyone, I think many of you must be knowing 5 wise Jews story of this one. The first man, Moses, said, it is your intellect. That is everything. Obey the law, then you will be happy. He is like Manu in our Indian context, lawmaker, lawgiver. Then next came Christ, another Jew. He said, no, it is not the head alone, it is the heart. Love, make peace. So, love everyone, you will be happy. Then next, another great man came. We have progressed in time. Karl Marx came. I said, no, you are wrong. It is neither the head nor the heart. What is important is stomach. Unless the stomach is full, you cannot think of anything. Then next great Jew came, Sigmund Freud. He said, no, it is neither the head nor the heart nor the stomach. It is what is down below that propels human beings to action. So you are all wrong. Then in our 20th century came great man, Einstein. The founder was mentioning me about Einstein. So Einstein said, everything is relative. There is nothing absolute. So we have stopped here now. Nations are related to each other, dependent, interdependent societies and then dependent. And this is like this. So let us not say that we are a superior nation. We are one of the nations. Let us have the humility. That is, humility is one of the ways that Indian sages have taught us. So this great university, I have heard of this, I have read some news about this university earlier. And what I was happy to find that Meghalaya is one of the places where the university has established its foothold. So let me tell you one thing. In the Northeast, the standard of education is still to improve much. There is not much. But I would urge your founder that let him undertake this type of initiative to build a great university in the Northeast, in Meghalaya. I have a very, very disappointing experience as the governor of Meghalaya with the functioning of the university. There was a university which I have myself assented as governor. In the first year of its functioning, that university gave 474 PhDs. So I had to ask, how did you give this PhD? For PhD, you have minimum 2 years program, including the classes that you have to attend. But no, he gave 474, and then next, I think 2000 list came. Then I said, no, this is not the university that can function. So I had to interfere in this one. have the university annulled, but then he went to the courts and all that, and a police case was registered against him. And when the police went to the university campus, they found out 4,000 copies of ready-made thesis in his store. I mean, is it university only for making money by fake giving degree? No. University is unlike other entrepreneurs. It is the man making, improving the quality of human beings, making them a better individual, so that it pays. No one is perfectly happy in the world. No one is perfectly unhappy in the world. It is said another in the Purana that only two types of people. Yacha mudha tame loke, yacha buddhya param gataha. Oh, you are full perfectly, you will be very happy. But if you are wise, absolutely, you will be also perfectly happy. So in between, all of us experience unhappiness and happiness. And the world is not governed either by the fool or by the perfectly wise persons. So we have in between this one. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we say, that please keep this in mind, that you are here not only for yourself, you are here for others as well, to help others as well, to help this nation grow more and more with spiritual wisdom, with tolerance, with compassion, with everything. Let knowledge come from everywhere. Don't restrict your knowledge. Don't restrict it. So that whenever I listen to some RSS speaker, not that I am an RSS man, I am political neutral or organization neutral. He always says that let knowledge come from all corners of the world. So don't restrict the flow of knowledge. So with these few words, I am sure I have exceeded my time. I am deeply grateful to your founder and to other faculty members here who have given me this opportunity to express few words of mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's give him a big round of applause, my friends. Thank you very much, sir. And both the personalities that we have here today, my friends, have decorated very high, tall positions. And today we are fortunate to have their words of wisdom. Now it's time when I invite the founder and chief patron of MITES MIT Pune and president of MIT World Peace University and the creator of World Peace Dome, the UNESCO chair holder, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, to address the gathering. Please welcome him with a big round of applause, my friends.
Honorable chief guest of this today's unique function of the 74th Republic Day ceremony being celebrated by the MIT World Peace University on this most auspicious day of 26th of January, which has been a very unique day in the life of all Indians. 15th of August and 26th of January, the 2 days we always mention, and we have been trying our level best to spare at least 1 hour on both these days, wherever you may be in the world, but never forget to salute the tricolor, our national flag. That has been the pledge which was taken in the year 1983, when this small institution at the time, in only 5 classrooms, was taken by 240 students only then, working in some small school. But friends, today it fills my heart with a sense of pride and pleasure when I stand before you to welcome, really speaking. I should have been given a chance to speak a little earlier before the chief guest. But anyway, I have been given the order. But I can only say that when I see the Honorable former Governor of Meghalaya, Assam, Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushaire Saab, but and our second guest, Honorable Air Marshal S. Soman Saab and Madam Rashmi Soman. There are many important guests, my very favorite Jay Gore from Purdue University and many other guests sitting here. The sister of Sheikh Hussain. Friends, I can only tell you on this occasion very briefly that it has been a pleasure for me to listen to the words of wisdom spoken by the Honorable Governor and Mr. Soman Saab. You are wise enough, friends, to read between the lines. The words of wisdom they have spoken are exactly in the footsteps of the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda. And we have been always taking a pledge every year. स्वातंत्र्याचे रक्षण करणे हे आमचे कर्तव्य आहे आणि आम्ही ते करणारच. 1983 onwards, we have been trying to take a pledge. संकल्प का दिन है भाई, तो एक कसम खाने का वक्त है ये. And let the whole India, as was said by the great noble son again, Vivekananda, in 1983, in the first World Parliament of Religion, Chicago, which has been the mission for this institution. And that time he had said that, friends, remember and never forget that very word, very unique sentence. He's addressing the first World Parliament in Chicago, America. And your own brother, I repeat this all the time, that has been so dear to my heart and dear to my faculty too. He says, remember, friends, union of science and religion / spirituality alone will help to bring harmony and peace to mankind. Honorable Governor Sahib made a very specific mention of this concept of peace, promoting the culture of peace in the world. मानवता का एक नया दर्शन देने की जिम्मेवारी भारत पे है. And you remember, friends, that the second sentence which he uttered that time, he had told the world, not only to India. He says, we were under the British clutches. पारतंत्र में थे ब्रिटिश लोगों के. गुस्सा नहीं, वेदना है. दुख भी नहीं, वेदना है, मैं बोल रहा. But he says, friends, give me a few men with the muscles of iron and nerves of steel, and I'll change the face of my mother India. My mother India. गर्व की बात नहीं, स्वाभिमान की बात. While coming into this, on the stage, Honorable Governor Sahib and Soman Sahib must have noticed the great men. We have been having the great freedom fighters up to Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, Lokmanya Tilak, Baba Sahib Ambedkar. There is a big list. But while offering some flowers and making a salute to these great men who have contributed their life, devoted their entire life for the nation building. And that's why we are seeing this day of 74th celebration of the Republic Day of India. ये वंदन करने का वक्त है भाई, संकल्प करने का वक्त है. मुझे वेदना होती है थोड़ी सी कि मैंने जब देखा कि some of the students were loitering in between some guests. I'm telling them, याद करो भाई, अभी इसी वक्त या रात को on the border of China and India or Pakistan and India, माइनस टेम्परेचर है, -10 है, 20 है, 4 है, 5 है, इतनी कड़ी ठंड में तुम्हारे भाई खड़े हैं वहां पे, Toman Saab, or even the Honorable Governor, who was himself a very great officer. I could listen to him very carefully, and when he is talking about the happiness index in the whole world, I spoke to Mr. Toman Sahab that we are at the list of 136 below. क्या बात है भाई, संदेश क्या है? आज कसम खानी है, कम से कम 1 घंटा, 1 hour, 1 hour hardly on 15th of August and 26th of January खड़ा रहने में दिक्कत होती है, मुझे भी और आपको। ये ठीक नहीं भैया, मैं आपको दोष नहीं देता, अपने माता पिता की कसम खाकर भारत माता के नाम पे कुछ करके दिखाना हो, विश्व गुरु की बात होती है, promoting the culture of peace in the whole world with an appropriate understanding of the role of science and spirituality. धर्म की बात, सारे दुनिया के धर्म जितने भी हो, हिंदू हो, इस्लाम हो, क्रिश्चियनिटी हो, त्रिपिटक हो, बुद्धा हो, जोरास्ट्रियन हो, all these religions, they speak about the duty part of it. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. One sentence. The truth is one and only one. And that's the scientific innovation and discovery. We are all engineering students. We are the men of science. Friends, never forget the words of wisdom and the advice given by our honorable chief guest of today, and also Mr. Soman Sahab. Both of them, they were speaking from the bottom of heart. ये शब्दों का खेल नहीं, दिल की बात है, मन की बात है, लेकिन मन की केमिस्ट्री क्या है ये भी जानने की कोशिश करो. What is the chemistry of mind? And when we have been trying to have a fortune of claiming the largest dome in the whole world, is not the message. दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा गुम्बद बन गया संत ज्ञानेश्वर के नाम पे, मेरे पिता या मेरे नाम पे नहीं, संत ज्ञानेश्वर तुकाराम के नाम पे. And then, friends, remember, we have taken a pathway which has been shown by the great noble son Swami Vivekananda, but at the same time, philosophers sent Dhaneshwara to Albert Einstein. What is this comparison? How can you dare to think of Sant Dhaneshwara and all the saints of the whole world? The men of science, men of religion and spirituality and the philosophy. What is the philosophy? ये सारी बातों का जिक्र होता है. मुझे ये ज़्यादा बोलना नहीं चाहता हूँ, लेकिन ये दोनों महानुभाव जिस भावना से आपके सामने बात कर रहे थे, थोड़ा ध्यान रखो भाई, ये संदेश है. Their words of wisdom has been a great message for this World Peace University. And remember, friends, lastly, that Vivekananda had said in the year 1923-21 की बात है, उन्होंने कहा है, ये भविष्यवाणी है, ध्यान में रखो, ये मेरी नहीं, मैं तो कोई थोड़ा सा पढ़ के देख के सीखने का प्रयास करता हूँ, लेकिन ध्यान में रखो 1921-22 ये जो ईयर है, विवेकानंद ने बोल के रखा है, माय मदर इंडिया विल एमर्ज एज अ नॉलेज फॉर द होल वर्ल्ड. सारी दुनिया का ज्ञान का दालन, ध्यान में रखो. और मदर इंडिया हैज अ ड्यूटी टू शो द पाथवे ऑफ हार्मनी एंड पीस टू मैनकाइंड. सुख, समाधान और शांति का मार्ग दिखाने का दायित्व अपनी भारत माता का है. And then he has said that my mother India will become a Vishwa Guru. कब? When you have a sense of discipline and character. उसके बाद में ये होने वाला है. और इसके लिए ऐसे जो रोल मॉडल है हमारे गवर्नर साहब एंड एयर मार्शल तोमर जी, दोनों का जीवन मैंने समझने की कोशिश की. मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आज के 74th रिपब्लिक डे सेलिब्रेशन में they have given you some words of advice We really, with a big round of applause once again, please give them the thanks. और ये दिशा लेकर चलने का प्रयास करें. This university will always bring a very unique and a great name, not only to Maharashtra, but to the whole of Mother India. And जय जगत की बात होती है, विश्व की बात होती है, विश्व शांति की बात होती है. ये बातों से नहीं होगा. गुरु नानक जी ने कहा ये बातों से नहीं होता, ये ईश्वर कृपा से होता है, माँ बाप के आशीर्वाद से होता है. तो माँ बाप को ध्यान रखो, याद रखो. मातृदेवो भव, पितृदेवो भव, आचार्य देवो भव. ये भारतीय संस्कृति का सुंदर लक्षण है, ध्यान रखो. एंड ऑल द वैदिक लिटरेचर्स, द स्टोरिंजर, पेनरोज जैसे साइंटिस्ट बोल रहे कि ध्यान में रखो. दिस इज नॉट अ ब्लाइंड फेथ. And that's why the dome has come up in the known human history. I'm telling you, not करो नहीं. हो गया है. I'm not the doer. I'm not the maker. I'm not the person who has made it. It has been something evolvement of something very unique model, which is called as a spiritually oriented scientific laboratory है. वो प्रयोगशाला है मानवता की. विश्व शांति का रास्ता दिखाने की वो प्रयोगशाला है. वो अपनी है, भारतवासियों की है. और हमारे मेहमान अभी दोपहर के बाद जाएंगे, देखेंगे तो मुझे खुशी है कि some people with a great vision and a passion and the fire in the belly for doing something very good for the whole of humanity and to our Mother India. Thank you friends. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. Sir spoke about the philosophy of our country, the chemistry of mind. It is, and we also had heard the words of wisdom by Sri Ranjit Shekhar Mushahariji, the former governor of the state of Meghalaya. My friends, you all are aware that it has been 75 years since we have broken away the shackles of colonialism. But we are still lagging behind in many areas. Our executive president, managing trustee, Shri Rahul V. Karad, has been expressive of his thoughts that there is an utter lack of coordination among the states of our country. And if we really want to make this country as a whole, the Vishwa Guru, which is the vision of Swami Vivekananda ji and revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir has been talking about it. There is an utter need that we all come together and take steps to ensure that there is a smooth coordination among the states of our country. And hence, on 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th of June 2023, in the city of Mumbai, under the able leadership of Shri Rahul V. Karad, we will witness a grand congregation in the name of National Legislators Conference, where the MLAs and MLCs from every state of our country would come together and deliberate upon the burning issues of our country and how we all can join hands to make our country really, in true sense, the Vishwa Guru. This is going to be an historic event, probably for the first time in the history of independent India. My friends, with this, we have come towards the conclusion of the celebration, but it is indeed our duty to remember our responsibility and our kartavya towards our country. I would like to thank all the dignitaries on the dais for their presence and all the staff and students for being part of this ceremony. Let us conclude this ceremony with Jai Ghosh of our nation. Please join me. Bharat Mata Ki! I request all the dignitaries on the dais to please rise in their seats. Bharat Mata Ki! Louder please. Bharat Mata Ki! Bharat Mata Ki! Vande! Vande! Vande. Thank you very much. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais for. Thank you very much, all the dignitaries, for participating in this celebration with us. It was indeed our honor and privilege to have your words of wisdom. With the permission of Chair, I hereby declare this celebration has now concluded. Thank you very much.
Vande